Yes, guys, in today's video, I'll be taking you through a full center back specific training session. Throughout this session, I'll be narrating what's going on so you understand the drills I'm doing, why I'm doing them, and how they relate to the center back position. So with that being said, let's get started. So as always, I started off with a warm-up, which took me about 5 to 10 minutes, consisting of a lot of dynamic movements to make sure I was really getting my muscles fired up and ready to go. Personally, whenever I'm warming up, I like to start off with lower intensity dynamic stretches, like the ones you see me doing here. As I continue to warm up, I gradually increase the intensity, with more intense dynamic movements, and by the end, I'll perform a couple sprints to really get my heart rate going. After warming up, I got right into some speed and change of direction work. For this drill, I would sprint 6 yards, then immediately shuffle either left or right 3 yards and back, before backpedaling to where I originally started. This is an excellent change of direction drill for center backs, because it includes a ton of movements you often have to perform in a match, such as quick sprints, like when you're having to close down an opponent or get your lineup, shuffling side to side, just like you're constantly having to do in a game, and also backpedaling, like when you're having to jockey an attacker or quickly open up to try and get a ball. I then started getting my first touches on the ball with this simple center back specific dribbling and passing drill. As you can see, I was dribbling the ball forward about 15 yards towards the cones, and then right before getting to the cones, I was playing a nice firm pass into either one of the target goals. This represents a very common action center backs often have to perform in a game, where they're advancing with the ball, then having to commit a defender before playing a pass forward into the midfield. It's important to point out that I'm not dribbling forward as fast as I can, but instead dribbling forward with the ball under control because I'm dribbling with my head up, looking for a pass in front of me. Next, I got into another dribbling and passing drill, but this time hitting passes a little more over distance. Similar to the previous drill, I started off dribbling forward, but this time at an angle, before spinning out using the outside of my foot and hitting a nice driven pass to the other side of the pitch towards the target goal. In a game, center backs might find themselves in a situation where they're carrying the ball forward, but they don't like the picture they see in front of them, or they're getting closed down, so they decide to spin out and play to the other side of the field. Just like I mentioned before, I'm dribbling slow and under control because I have my head up and I'm looking for a pass forward. As soon as I decide to spin out, notice how I'm using the outside of my foot, because if a defender was closing me down, I'd want to make sure I'm keeping my body in between the ball and the opponent. Finally, I'm hitting a pass over distance, so I need to make sure it's going to get there with enough pace, which is why you see me using my laces and hitting a low driven pass. The second to last drill I did was very simple, and it was just focused on hitting long balls. I was standing about 30 to 40 yards away from the goal, and all I was doing was taking a touch out of my feet and hitting a long ball towards the goal, trying to hit the back of the net in the air without the ball bouncing. Obviously, as a center back, you need to be good at playing balls in the air, whether that's to switch the field, to play a ball in behind, or to play a ball over the top into your striker's feet. For this drill, I'd recommend starting a lot closer to the goal, and gradually working your way back farther and farther from the goal until you can no longer hit the back of the net in the air. Finally, for the last part of this session, I was working on my heading. All I was simply doing was kicking the ball above my head and then jumping up and heading the ball out of the air. Once again, this is something that center backs obviously need to be good at. As a center back, one of the main technical areas of your game you'll be judged on is your ability to win your aerial duels, and this is the best way you can work on them on your own. For this drill, I was mixing it up between heading the ball high and far, and also heading the ball low and towards the ground. So that was a full center back specific training session. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like,
And also, feel free to share it with anyone you know who plays center back. I'm going to continue weekly uploads here on YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed for more videos. Until next time, peace.